Hi Libra, welcome to your November 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Libra, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your November, for your actions and interactions with the world at large, let's see what is going on for you over the course of November. So yes, these are slightly late. I know I'm usually always ahead of schedule, but there is a lot going on for me at this moment in time. All right. So for your actions and interactions with the world at large, you have the Hierophant card. So the fact that you have the Hierophant card for me is actually quite interesting. Now, the reason this really speaks to me is because the Hierophant card suggests that everything that you're doing this month is really setting you up for your future in some way. So this is about you starting to get really established in your plans. It looks like a lot of you are really starting to get very clear on where it is that you're ready to become an authority, or where it is that you're ready to start changing the face of what you do. So this week is going to be a very powerful week, I will say. One of the things that really stands out here as well, the Hierophant card it's about the exoteric, right? So this is very much about what we do on that physical level, and the actions and interactions with the world. This is what you do. So some of you, it looks like you're planning to become the authority, to maybe start standing up against or speaking out against things that you either don't agree with or things that you think need to be changed or rewritten in some way, shape or form. I'm actually really here for this for you guys, because for me, this feels like, let's say you run a business and for a long time you've been in the shadow of, you know, the big boys. This is kind of a week where you say, you know what, no, I'm going to do things differently, and ultimately that's how I'm choosing to succeed. This may also be a month where you are going into or connecting with bigger or larger institutions in order to validate yourself in some way. So this could be, maybe you're getting some paperwork sorted, maybe you are getting a license, maybe you're incorporating a business, etc. There are some dicey things going on with the astrology at the moment, so that might not necessarily be the best time to do it, but it would be a really good time to do the research or to start looking into things. All right. For your communications and conversations, you have the Fool card. New things, new places, new people, right? And a lot of you, this is new business, it's new work, it's looking at things from a very different perspective and deciding to take things in a different direction. With your communications, I would expect this month, especially with that powerful eclipse taking place in your sibling sign, and Taurus is your sibling sign because you're both ruled by Venus, right? So this eclipse is, you're going to feel it in some way, maybe not directly unless you've got planets in Taurus, etc., but you're going to feel this in a sense anyway, right? Now, because also we've got to look at, where is Venus? Venus, the ruler of this moon, is in the sign of Scorpio. I don't know why I'm laughing like an idiot, but she doesn't necessarily do the greatest work there. All right, so just something to consider. But when it comes to your communications, there's an influx of new information. There's an influx of new connections, and also new ways of looking at things. I actually really like this for a lot of you because I think it could be very helpful. I will say though, expect some news this week, this month, that kind of makes you go, huh, okay. For those of you that are single, you could be meeting a water sign person, Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. It will be somebody new to you, right? The reason I say that is because the Court card coupled with the Fool card is always somebody that you don't know. It's someone completely brand new that comes into your life. So if you're single, you are potentially meeting a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. This person could end up being something special to you. I will say it does look like you guys have very different viewpoints on things. So it is going to be one of those opposites attract kind of energies, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. With that, For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, for those of you that are trying to start a family, this could be a potent time for that, absolutely. Outside of that, though, it looks like a lot of the conversations that are happening within the confines of the relationship this month have a lot to do with what you feel is being nurtured and nourished and what you don't. So I think there's going to be some frank discussion around relationship this month about what do you need more of, what do you want less of, where do you feel ready to go in different directions. You know, all in all, I actually think this could be quite nice. For your money and materials, you've got the Queen of Swords. So there could be some interesting conversations about money, finances, and resources this month. Opportunities could come through sincere friends, right? So over the course of this month, because you've got the two queens back to back, this could be a friend who is like family. This could be maybe a friend that you're, you know, a friend of a partner or a friend of a lover. This could be how your money, your finances, or your resources are taking a bit of a boost this month. But you are having to fight for it. Remember, it's the Queen of Swords. There's no easy fix here. In a sense, though, you know, man, woman, person, however you identify, that Queen of Swords is you, right? So you're very focused on your money, your finances, and your resources this month. And the opportunities that you need are coming through either sincere friends or potentially new friends or new acquaintances or contacts that you're meeting in some way, shape, or form. All right, so for your weeks of the month, for your first week of the month, you have the Judgment card right underneath the Hierophant card. So for some of you, this will be breaking ties. It doesn't mean that you're leaving a job straight away, but for some of you, this could be that you're breaking ties with an institution. So for some of you, this could literally be a moment where you say, okay, you know what, this job has kind of run its course. I'm ready to be moving on to something else. For others, that call to action, to starting a new business, to moving towards creating something of your own, or establishing yourself as an authority, especially in any of the spiritual sciences, tarot, astrology, numerology, etc. Some of you, it looks like you're going on a really different path, and this first week of the month is going to be big for you. This is where you're making a huge decision that is going to be a big part of your future. So no pressure. For your second week of the month, right, you've got the World card coupled with the Fool. This pairing for me is always a really powerful one, right, because the Fool card is the start of the entire deck, but it's the start of the major arcana. The World card is the completion of the major arcana. It's the Fool fully realized, right? And so this, for me, whenever I see this, this is a full circle moment. Now, the World coupled with Judgment, the Judgment card is number 20, the World card is 21. That is a sequence. And whenever you see, especially these last two cards, I am going to say on the wider world stage, this is the second time we've had this kind of message. I am seeing some big shake-up. Within this first 2 weeks of the month, we're going to see something happening on the wider world stage that is quite shocking. It may be something of the past or of antiquity that now gets sort of, it's like a full circle moment, right? So, and this is for you on a personal level as well. For a select few of you, you could be going back to or traveling to a place that you were once a part of. This could be your hometown. It could be the place that you grew up in. It could be even a place of origin for you. So, and because you've got the Fool card, it's like when you go there, you're going to realize, wow, I am totally different to the person that I was when I was living here, when I grew up here, you know, when I had friends here, whatever it might be. Remember as well, the World card is community, and you've got this with the Judgment card. So for some of you, this is a return to a community or a reconnection, or like a reconnection with someone or something that you've collaborated with a place from your past and from your distant past at that. For a select few of you, this could also, like literally this first 2 weeks, you might be picking up an old faith. You might be going back to a religion that maybe you left behind when you were younger. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you were a Christian your whole life, and you know, then you decided, actually, maybe now you decide, you know what, I'm going to be a pagan, or vice versa. I mean, that's one way that you could, sorry, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, because you're like, so this could be, maybe you've been something and then you changed 10 years ago, right? You became a pagan, and then you say, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go back to being a Christian or a Catholic or a Muslim or whatever it might be. There's something here where you're reconnecting to a faith of origin, right? So, and you know, that's not actually a bad thing, and it's very much in line with the year ahead that's going to follow. Faith, religion, spirituality are going to be a big part of 2023. We're going to be hearing a lot about that stuff, and I wonder if this starts now. For your third week of the month, you've got the Hermit card underneath the Queen of Cups. So for those of you that are meeting this water sign person or somebody new, I can definitely tell you there's going to be an age gap, right? I can tell you because you've got the Hierophant card, you've got the World card, you've got the Fool, you've got the Hermit. This is a mix of young and old, right? So there's definitely going to be an age gap between you and this person. And the thing is, you're going to know the characteristics of this person because you're just going to want to spend time with them and them alone. It's almost like I feel a lot of you saying, yeah, you know what, we just want to be like, I just want to be in your presence. I don't want friends or this or this or da 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 da. And the chances are you will meet this person going back to a place, or potentially, you know, maybe go back to an old church that you used to go to. Maybe you go back to an old spiritual group, whatever it is. That's likely to be where you're meeting said new person. For those of you that are, oh, come on, brain. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, I actually advise you guys in this third week of the month, I advise you guys to take time out for just you and your partner. Take time out for you two to just do something together where there isn't anybody else present. For the fourth week of the month, you have the Temperance card. So there's some remedial action being taken when it comes to your finances, your money, and your resources. I really like this, but it's like you are having to put your foot down for it. It's not just going to be a case of, yes, money improves and done. It's like there's something here that you're having to fight for, and don't be afraid to get into it or to be the drama, right? If you have to bring the drama to get what it is that you know you deserve or should be yours, this might be the week where this might be the week of the month where you're having to do it. So as we come into your moons for the full moon lunar eclipse that's taking place on the 8th of November, for you, this is taking place in your 8th house, right? The 8th house of, gosh, I mean, it's an interesting one, right? Because the 8th house is a packed house, and to have a full moon lunar eclipse there, this could reveal to you some big aspect of your personal psychology. It might be some really deep-rooted fear, challenge, issue, maybe some blockage from the past around money, finances, and resources is revealed to you as a result of this full moon lunar eclipse. And it's like when you have it, you're going to be able to see it and you won't be able to unsee it. It might be a little bit uncomfortable. The 8th house tends to bring a bit of discomfort because it's so deep, right? But this is a chance to really mend or remediate something when it comes to your finances, your money, and your resources. What I like about this for you as well is the 8th house is other people's money, how you make money from or through other people. And I have a feeling this first week, whatever you're doing here in this first week of November, has a lot to do with it, but it's going to be this tail end of the month where you really kind of, maybe not even put it into practice, but it's like where you start to apply certain concepts because of the realizations that you've had. And this is where you realize, okay, yes, I can do this. So your Human Design Oracle deck message, wow. You got the Gate 49 and Revolution. And as you can see on the card, that is a Phoenix, right? The 8th house has a correlation. It's not in your chart specifically, but it has a correlation to Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy is literally, right, the Phoenix. This is rising from the ashes. And I really feel that this is going to be about your money and your psychological connections and realizations around finances and money. How other people have imposed their way of doing things or understanding things on you. The other thing about this, the Gate 49 actually represents what's known in human design as this sleeping phoenix. This is a very powerful energy that we are heading towards at this moment in time. And when that energy really starts to wake up, I believe it's around 2027. So doing the prep now for this stuff will be a big deal. But really interesting that you've got this card. For the Sag new moon, on the, I think it's the 23rd or the 24th, I'm not sure. You've got the Gate 55 and Abundance. Like, I think your messages are quite clear this month. For the third week, so this for you is happening in the 3rd house. A new moon in the 3rd house This could see you really looking at your skill set. It could see you really starting to think about how you communicate both with yourself on a personal level, but how you communicate with the world out there. It is a really lovely card because this basically talks about having the faith that the universe has your back. That's what the abundance card actually represents. It's like as soon as you switch into that, yes, the universe has my back, you're going to change the dialogue. And when you change the dialogue, third house, communications, it's not just about how we speak to other people, it's how we speak to ourselves. It's that inner sort of dialogue as well. So it will be interesting to see how this works out for a lot of you. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.